Into this tutorial video, I'm going to talk to you all about the Groupon. It seems to be a hot topic lately, so I'm going to give you guys a thorough outlook at how to handle someone who walks in with a Groupon. So first things first, you must make sure that the student is brand new. Only brand new students can use the Groupon, or if they haven't been to Square One in over a year. So in the case that they are brand new, you have them create a profile as you would for any new student. If they say that they have been to Square One before, but it's been a long time, you must verify that it actually has been over a year. So just a quick review on how to check out their last visit. On the student profile now on mine, you can search the student in our top left corner here, and then there's a tab that shows visits. And so from here, I'll show my most recent visits. It's very, very important, especially if they haven't been in a while, to click Show All Dates so that it does show all the past dates, and just be sure to double check that it's been over a year since their last visit. Okay, so now that you've confirmed that the student is eligible for their Groupon, there's a couple scenarios. So let's say that the student came in with the Groupon on their phone. So I'm switching screens here to show you what it will look like on a student's phone. So here we can verify that the Groupon is not yet expired, and also if the Groupon is for 10 or 20 classes. So if the student shows it to you on their phone, you can very simply click Marked as Redeemed, and a big stamp will cross over their screen that says is now redeemed. We do this for a few reasons. One, just to make sure that it doesn't get used again by another person, and also, again, just verifying that it hasn't expired. So if the student does bring it on their phone and you've gotten to this step here, the next step would be to credit that student with the Groupon. So I'm heading over to retail. We got our person signed into class, but we now need to credit them with their Groupon. So going to services and going to classes, and you've probably seen this before, that the payment option for Groupon is there, and it's again important. We have 10 class packs and 20 class packs here on the drop down screen, but please choose the one that says Groupon so they don't get charged for it. So in that case, the Groupon we were looking at was for a 10 class pack, so it'll charge them $0. We will add the item. And then you can click Comp Guest, and the person is all set. So scenario number 2, let's say the person brings the Groupon on a piece of paper. The same steps apply to making sure that the student hasn't been to Square One before. But in this case, you wouldn't have the availability to redeem the Groupon for the student, and this would need to be forwarded to management so they can be sure that the Groupon is not expired, and so that we can redeem it. So in the case that someone brings the Groupon on a piece of paper, you would have the student create a profile as normal, add them to a class as unpaid, and then from here the next important step is to tell them that they need to follow up with info@squareoneyoga.com in order to get their Groupon redeemed so that they don't show up as unpaid for that class and future classes. And so those instructions are also on their Groupon. But again, to reiterate, info@squareoneyoga.com is the email address that they can email to make sure that their Groupon gets redeemed if they come in with it on a piece of paper. Now we have slips that have that email address on it located at the front desk at every studio. In an event that there are no more slips and your studio lead needs to print a few more out, again, just know that email address, info@squareoneyoga.com. In an event that worst comes to worst and you forget that email address, but it is also noted on the contracts, info@squareoneyoga.com, you can always email your studio lead as well for the follow-up. But really, these two different scenarios and the instructions that follow with them that I just gave you guys are the best way to follow up with the Groupons. Okay, I hope this was helpful. Again, always happy to answer questions, so feel free to reach out to me or your studio lead if you have any. Thank you so much.